All right, we welcome you back to the National Training Center here in Clermont for the 2012 FHSAA Softball Finals. We move back to Class 1A, our second semifinal of the day. The Lafayette Hornets out of Mayo at 23-4, and the Union County Tigers from Lake Butler with a record of 18-6. I am Marty Pullman, rejoining you here from Claremont, along with Corey Davis. I'd like to welcome in Corey to the broadcast. Corey has been a prep writer for many different publications in Northeast and North Central Florida, most recently in Live Oak.
For 20 to 20 years.
That's right. So most recently there in Live Oak. Follows this Lafayette team, and we're going to give you the laps. We're underway. This game starts before 5 o'clock. They like to do things to that, like that to us. So the first pitch to Mariah Bowen, the second baseman for Union County, as a strike. It's 0-1. And the lineup for the Tigers: Mariah Bowen leading off, playing second base, number 8. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Harley Rhymes. And batting third, the first baseman, number 21, Jordan Spitz. Sitting fourth and catching is number 4, Ashlyn Harden. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 9, Randa Connor. Hitting sixth at third base, number 3, Kendallin Johns. As the pitch misses outside, and it's now 2-1. Batting seventh in left field, number 5, Morgan Dukes. Hitting eighth, the designated player is number 11, Jordan Driggers. And hitting ninth, the pitcher, number 12, Alexis Spriggo. Holly Tucker will be actually the flex position. So as the 2-1, and it is in on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2 as they are facing Lindsay Osteen in the circle for Lafayette. Boy, it is definitely cooled down. It is windy. There are clouds all around us, but it's not raining here in Claremont. Somehow, so far, there's some sort of force field over us here as it's hit to short, and that is an easy play there for the shortstop for Lafayette. That is Sydney Schowles with a throw across in time, 1 out to get Mariah Bowen.
It's pronounced shows, actually.
Shows. Well, that makes sense. It's spelled that way anyway. All right, Sydney Shows with the put out there. She is at shortstop. First base for Lafayette is Stacy McClellan. At second, it's Kaylee Law. The third baseman is Kaylee Sharp. In the outfield, Ashley Freeman. In center, the left fielder is Ellen Lashley. The right fielder is Lacey Swafford. And Lydia Land behind the plate. Lindsay Osteen is in the circle.
I just felt some raindrops there, so.
Can't hear you for some reason. Oh, no wonder. You got to put that closer to your mouth there, Corey. Hitting the left field.
Well, I tried that.
Ellen Lashley is the play. Okay, sorry about that. There's 2 outs there quickly on the flat to left. Yeah, maybe a few raindrops here and there. Right now, no lightning that we've seen, so that's good news. And now I'm feeling rain as well. That figures.
Well, it's just slowly raindrops.
2 out. Whoa. All right. 2 outs now. And it'll be Jordan Spitz, the first baseman, batting. Spitz comes in with an average of .528, 26 RBIs, 1 home run. By the way, Lindsay Osteen, 9-2. Her 14th appearance, 13th start, 72 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 50 hits, 18 earned runs, 18 walks, 65 strikeouts, a 1.73 ERA. Pitch is outside, and it's 2-1 now. We'll give you the Lafayette lineup coming up in the bottom of the first. Lafayette hit back to the pitcher. Osteen has it on to first in time, and quickly 1-3. Spitz is out, and Union County goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. So we go to the bottom of the first of our 1A semifinal. Union County nothing, and Lafayette coming to bat here on the FHSAA network. Lafayette, back in the FHSAA finals for the first time since 2010. They lost to Pine Castle Christian 6-2 that year in the 2A state championship game. Their last appearance, they were in the semifinals in 2007 under Derek Garland, who's in his 17th year. Won his 100th game this year, a record of 117-57. They are the champs of District 5 and Region 3 as they defeated Hilliard 6-1 and Bell 11-0 in the regional final. Only 2 games in 1A. You go right to the regional semifinals. For Union County, their first ever appearance in the FHSAA softball final is coached by Trudy Andrews in her third year, record of 39-22. They are 18-6. They actually were the runner-up in District 7, losing to Baldwin 1-0 in the district final, but into the regionals. Region 4, they defeated the Villages 6-1 and Baldwin 8-2 on the road. First appearance in the postseason since 1998 for the Union County Tigers in softball.
Hard to believe that's 14 years without going to playoffs.
It really is, and we saw their athletic director, their football coach, Ronnie Pruitt's on hand. Also, their basketball coach, good group from both schools, Lafayette as well. And here's the lineup for the Hornets. Leading off and playing catcher, the Hornets are 23-4, is number 4, Lydia Land. Hitting second, the shortstop is number 2, Sydney Shows. Batting third, the first baseman, number 9, Stacy McClelland. Batting fourth and pitching is number 1, Lindsay Osteen. Hitting fifth, third baseman, number 11, Callie Sharp. Batting sixth at second base, number 12, Kaylee Law. Hitting seventh in left field, number 22, Ellen Lashley. Batting eighth in center field, number 6, Ashley Freeman. And batting ninth in right field is number 10, Lacey Swafford. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. And we will give you the numbers for Alexis Spriggle. 14-2, her 21st appearance, 13th start, 1 save on the year, 98 2/3 innings pitch, has allowed 101 hits, 29 earned runs, 25 walks, 64 strikeouts, and a 2.06 ERA as she gets ahead 0-2 on Lydia Land. And the pitch misses up high to Land. It's 1-2. Another one of the Lafayette Lands.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty positive this is the last one. Well, I'll take it back. There is a grandson that's coming up, and so I guess it'll be several years before he gets to high school. But
2-2 now the count. As Land swings and misses, will make the throw. Dropped at first, but is picked up over there by the first baseman, Jordan Spitz, and that completes the strikeout as Lydia Land strikes out to begin the game. And she is another niece of Kerwin Bell. Lydia Land hitting .367 coming in. Natalie Land, who was also a great softball player at Lafayette, now at UCF.
She's completing her junior year at UCF.
And she was a very good basketball player. Left Lafayette as the all-time leading scorer in North Central Florida in basketball. And
Gainesville's son, I think, junior or senior year.
Athlete of the year there as the pitch misses outside to Sydney Shows. Now it's 1-0. And then you're right, she was a better softball player, ends up at UCF. Pitches on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Boy, wind is really... kicked up, although about an hour ago it was even worse. Really threatening the skies. We didn't think we were going to start this game. 1-1 is chopped foul down the third baseline. The defense for Union County, Jordan Spitz is at first base. Mariah Bowen at second. The shortstop is Harley Rhymes. The third baseman is Kendall Johns. In the outfield, Randa Connor in center. The left fielder is Morgan Dukes. And Holly Tucker's in right field. Hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. So it's a one-out single for Sydney Shows here in the bottom of the first. So Shows the first with 1 out. So that'll bring up Stacy McClellan, the first baseman. McClellan, 571, 7 home runs, 63 RBIs. She is a commitment to the Indian River State College.
Right, correct.
All right, look at her. Big season for her, 63 RBIs. How about that? As Lafayette as a team hit 374 on the season, 256 RBIs, 311 runs scored.
And I was told today that she has 1 home run from tying the school record of home runs in one season, which was set just 2 years ago by Lindsay Hamlin.
And their run to the state final. The count 2-0 from Spriggle. 1 out runner at first for Lafayette here in the bottom of the first. We have no score. 2-0. Hit fouled on the first baseline. Just missed the base hit. It's 2-1 to McClellan. The winner of this game will play the Jay Royals tomorrow at 4 o'clock for the 1A state championship. Jay earlier today defeating Port St. Joe 7-5 in our first 1A semifinal. And then our second game this afternoon in 5A, it was Bellevue defeating Ponte Vedra 6-4. Pitch misses high and outside, now 2-2. Bellevue will play the winner of our second 5A semifinal later tonight between Plantation American Heritage and Auburndale. The 5A championship game tomorrow night at 7:05. 3-1 the count to McClellan. And she hits one into center field. That's going to back up, get over the head, and off the fence in center. As rounding third is Shows, the throw will come in not in time. It's a stand-up double for Stacy McClellan, another RBI, and she just missed hitting one out of the park here.
She was inches away from that tying the school record right there.
Just missed hitting one out of the park. It's an RBI double for McClellan, and Lafayette leads it 1-0. You're right, she hit that one, and that wind seems to be, God, looks like it's gusting in, but it didn't really matter that time. It's 1-0. Hit up the middle. Nice play, though, by the shortstop for Union County on the ball hit by Lindsey Osteen. A good play up there by Harley Rhymes. She makes the throw to first in time to get Osteen, but McClellan will move to second or third now with 2 outs. So Lafayette with an early 1-0 lead. Not surprisingly, Stacy McClellan is the one getting the job done early in this game. So here is Kaylee Sharp, the third baseman. And nice pitch. Took a little bit off to Spriggle, and swinging and missing is Sharp. It's 0-1. Sharp hitting .293, 23 RBIs. As that pitch misses for a ball 1-1. Our thanks to Philip Law, the junior varsity coach at Lafayette. He joined us for the first 2 games today, and his daughter is on deck. The second baseman, Kaylee Law for Lafayette. Hit back to the circle. Spriggle has it. Throw to first in time. And that'll end the bottom of the first for the Hornets. But Lafayette picks up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner was left stranded at third. We go to the second inning. Lafayette 1 and Union County nothing. This is the 1A state semifinal, the 2012 FHSAA softball finals here on the FHSAA network. Marty Paulman along with Corey Davis. Corey, why don't you tell the audience what you've been doing for 20 years? Writing.
Yeah, I've been a sports writer for 20 years through various newspapers in Jacksonville, and Lake City, Baker County, Live Oak, Orange Park. Pretty much I've covered almost all of the Northeast Florida. Also some internet, some magazine work, done some radio. I had my radio show a couple months ago for about a year.
You've done a little bit of everything.
I've done radio, I've done TV. Yeah,
Yeah, the multimedia expert.
Exactly. And, I've definitely had some taste of everything there.
Well, when we saw Lafayette and Union County were going to be here, we figured Corey would need to be here because Corey was most recently with the Suwannee Democrat, covered Lafayette closely, knew this team well, and then also saw Union County and actually saw them beat Baldwin last week in the regional final. So
yeah, and this team, this team has like 5 or 6 girls that are batting around 500 and has like 15 RBIs each. So this team could definitely swing the bats.
Well, they lead at 1-0 as McClellan gets the RBI double. Union County to the plate to lead off the top of the second. First pitch to Ashlyn Harden, the catcher, is outside for a ball 1-0. As Ashlyn Harden, 507, leading hitter for the Tigers with a home run, 29 RBIs. Union County hitting .403 as a team. They score less runs than Lafayette, 203 runs, 175 RBIs. They're a pretty good hitting team average-wise. The count is 2-0 to Harden. Hearing some thunder in the distance. The skies are dark. I mean, the good news here is that it's 3-0. At least it's not blisteringly hot like it has been.
Oh no, it's
definitely cooled
nice
down.
And breezy and cool here.
That's good, as long as the lightning and the heavy rain stay away. You can see the skies off to our west and north as that pitch is a strike 3-1. But so far so good. Just a little bit of light rain here in Clearmont. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with cloudy skies and wind. 3-1 is low for ball 4. So Harden works a walk, first walk of the game for Lindsey Osteen, and the Union County has a leadoff runner in the top of the second. Coming up tonight, we will have our second 5A semifinal between Auburndale and Plantation American Heritage.
And which, with Auburndale just basically being down the road, that should be have a huge crowd for that game.
Check swing and a ball to Randa Connor, the center fielder. Yeah, they are right down in Polk County. First appearance in a while for Auburndale in the state semis.
I have a trivia question for that later tonight, by the way, too.
1-0, it misses for a ball. The throw to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base for Harden as the shortstop shows cuts it off. So Harden gets into scoring position with nobody out. Tying run for the Tigers. Want to know the count to Randa Connor. Connor bunts it, but it's hard to first, and the play will be made as McClellan will tag out the runner, but the sacrifice works as Harden moves to third with 1 out. Sacrifice goes 3 unassisted for Connor. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Kendallin Johns, the third baseman, 297, 11 RBIs. She has a chance to tie it up with 1 out. Down the middle for a strike 0-1. We talked about the proximity between Lake Butler and Mayo. These two teams, though, have not played in about 6 years, according to Coach Philip Law.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, you're talking about 2 counties at the most over there.
01 is a little bit outside 101. Lafayette County and Mayo, maybe about 40 miles or so from Lake Butler in Union County. Trudy Andrews was a graduate of Western Carolina, 42 years old, in her third year at Union County. This is her first appearance in the regionals since 1998. The pitch misses low, 2-1. In her third year as the head coach, 37-22 overall record. We talked earlier about, on the Lafayette side, Derek Garland in his 17th year. The 2-1 is outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Now to Kendall and Johns with that tie and run at third and one out. The 17th season, Derek Garland, a graduate of Faulkner University in Montgomery, Alabama, and Lafayette High School. He's a Lafayette graduate, 38 years old, 115 wins, as that ball is hit softly to second. And a catch made over there by Kaylee Law. Nowhere for the runner to go as Johns lines out softly to second. 2 outs. Harden has to stay at third. So a big second out there for the Hornets. But at Lafayette, the Final Four in 2007, state runner-up in 2010, district champs a year ago, lost in the regional quarters, and now back here in the state semifinals under Derek Garland.
Coach Garland's dad was a baseball coach at Lafayette for several years, and I think it was around 1981, 82.
That was when Kerwin
he was
Bell
the state runner-up baseball coach.
1-0.
And he still gives his dad a hard time about losing that state championship game.
Morgan Dukes, the left fielder, takes the pitch inside. It's 2-0. Well, until the volleyball title for Lafayette this past fall, their first girls title.
Which several of these girls were on that team also.
Outside corner for a strike, 2-1. That was the second state title in the school's history. The other was football 1981 with Kerwin Bell, quarterback at Lafayette. The throw in Mayo, and we talked about it earlier. 2-0. And that is a 2-1, pardon me, is called a ball, so it's 3-1. And you mentioned too the Land name. That's the volleyball coach, the sister of Kerwin Bell. Lydia Land is a niece of Kerwin. And that's in for a strike, so it's full 3-2 to Morgan Dukes, who's 286 with 14 RBIs.
Got a full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yep, full count. With a runner at third, a chance for Osteen to get out of the inning.
So far, we have not figured out the strike zone either. It's kind of all over the place.
Here's the 3-2, and called strike 3, outside corner. So Osteen gets her first strikeout of the game, and she survives a runner at third with 1 out. A leadoff walk for the Union County with nothing doing. No runs, hits, or errors. 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second, and this 1A state semifinal, Lafayette 1 and Union County nothing here on the FHSAA network. Marty Paulman along with Corey Davis, and it's funny because we were talking about the Land name, being related to Kerwin Bell for Lafayette. How about we saw another player, Ashlyn Perry. Perry's another name that's well known in Maine.
Well, I assumed this, and then I confirmed it with some.
Oh, you did confirm this. You're a good reporter.
I confirmed this before I wanted to say it on air, but yeah, the Perry girl on the softball team is the niece. That would be Ashlyn Perry, who is a 8th grader outfielder. She is the niece of former Lafayette and Florida greats Shannon Herbert Perry.
Shannon Herbert, yes, baseball and football player.
And
Herbert was a quarterback and a major leaguer for a while.
Herbert is very involved in that community, and he helps coach baseball down there in the little kids baseball parks, and his sons and his nieces and nephews all play down there, and I've seen him several times at the baseball games, at the high school games, so he's heavily involved there.
Herbert Perry spent probably about 10 years or so in the big leagues with the White Sox or the Tampa Bay Devil Rays for a little while.
And Chan played a couple years
with the Indians.
With the Indians.
Yeah, Chan was a very good baseball player at Florida. Herbert was the quarterback for a while. With Emmett Smith played in Florida. He stepped in as quarterback. So we go to the bottom of the second. Lafayette with a lot of interesting connections to the University of Florida and everywhere. The first pitch to Kaylee Law is a strike, 0-1, the second baseman for Lafayette.
Well, and as the game progresses, we'll talk about some of the Union County people that also have some famous ties,
and as that's fouled off by Kaylee Law, it's 0-2. She's hitting .457 with 23 RBIs. First thing you can think of there is Union County won 3 straight state titles in football in the mid-'90s, and they set the state record for most consecutive wins since broken by Lakeland High School when they had the Pounceys and Chris Rainey in the mid-2000s.
And the quarterback was Andrew Zell.
Quarterback was Andrew Zhao. Went on to play at Alabama. Hit it to right field. That's trouble. That's going to get in the gap. Kaylee Law is going to have at least 2, and she will go into second with a double. So a double leading off the second, third hit of the game for Lafayette as Kaylee Law continues her hot hitting.
That was the daughter of
Philip Law was with us earlier,
Law.
the JV coach at Lafayette. So there you go. There's Kaylee. And by the way, hitting .457 coming in, so not bad at all. So here is Ellen Lashley, the left fielder, showing bunt and misses. Well, actually, she pulled the bat back, so it'll be 1-0. Lafayette with another runner in scoring position, already leading it 1-0. McClellan and Sharp are the only seniors on this team. Still pretty young team. Kaylee Law is a junior.
Yeah, that team that was here 2 years ago
was most of these players.
Only had one senior on that team, and that was the starting pitcher, Lindsey Hamlin. Last year, they only had one senior, and that was Cartasia Macklin. So in the last 3 years, they've only had 4 seniors.
0-1 is bunted back to the circle. Spriggle will make the throw to first. Actually, second baseman comes over to cover as the sacrifice goes 1-4. And Lashley moves the runner over to third as Law makes it to third with 1 out. Cartasia Macklin, also a very good basketball player, ends up at Southern Illinois.
And she was named the, if I can remember this correctly, the
Missouri Valley Conference Freshman
Missouri
of the Year.
Valley. I was about to say if it was either Missouri Valley or.
That's correct. Bunted foul by Ashley Freeman, and I know Cliff Olson's watching. He's going to be very proud of me from the games I've sent for knowing that, because he has written a lot about Cartasia.
I was thinking of what's the one with like Tennessee Tech and
Ohio Valley Conference.
Okay,
that's
the Ohio
the
Valley.
The MVC is yeah. So 0-1 the count. 1 out, runner at third. Lafayette trying to add to that 1-0 lead as the infield comes in at first and third. Freeman shows bunt and pulls it back. It's 1-1. Lafayette got a run on the first on the double by Stacy McClelland. It was her 64th RBI of the year. Freeman at 354 with 19 runs batted in. And again, that pitch is a ball 2-1 as she pulled the bunt back. As you can tell, Corey and I know a lot about these schools. This is our area where we live and we do a lot of games. I live in the Gainesville area. And from Jacksonville it's bunted foul. And in fact, it's 2-2. Corey Davis and Marty Paulman, class of 1993 at Orange Park High School, which we met about 3 years ago and realized we both went to school at the same time and didn't know each other.
That's exactly right. Well, when you have over 600 people in your graduating class,
yeah,
it's bound
it
to
was.
happen.
Orange Park used to be 6A, now 7A. The 2-2 in football, it is. Misses outside, full 3-2. It used to be one of the bigger schools in the state up in Clay County, Northeast Florida. Corey played football for a team that Orange Park that was the best team they've ever had, all the way to the state semifinals. Full count and up high, so Freeman walks. First walk of the game for Spriggle, and Lafayette has first and third with only 1 out.
Now, this girl coming to bat right here, Lacey Swafford, this is the girl that I've heard that she's the future player. She's phenomenal. She's only an 8th grader. She plays outfield. She pitches. She's had, she's had 1-0 on the mound so far this year, but she's only pitched a couple innings. But I've heard this girl would be very special in the next couple years. And
down to second goes Freeman. No throw as Swafford takes the pitch for a ball. 1-0, left-handed hitter. Second and third with only 1 out. Swafford at .403 in the number 9 position. 23 RBIs, 33 runs, 25 hits. 1-0. Inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Swafford, an 8th grader. How about that? Playing in the state semifinals.
Starting 8th grader.
Yes. Well, the hitter was behind her. Yep, it hit her. So the bases are loaded. Swafford hit by a pitch. The bases loaded with 1 out, and now Lafayette with a real chance to get a big lead early with Lydia Land at the plate. The top of the order with the bases loaded and 1 out.
And I think some of this so far is you're seeing some of maybe the nerves of Union County who's never been here before. Lafayette's been here just 2 years ago. In fact, 8 of the 9 starters that are playing today played or were at this game last year. So Lafayette's obviously been here before. Union County hasn't been before, so you're seeing some of the nerves. And if Lafayette's able to get a clutch hit here, they'll possibly go up 3-0 here. So
Well, only one out. They got a run in the bottom of the first, did Lafayette, on the RBI double by Stacy McClelland, who is in the hole now. As they're back to the top of the order with Land. On deck is Shows, and then McClelland will be up again. Hit up the middle and into center field, base hit. That's going to score 2, like you just said, Corey. The throw of the plate is too high. Throw to third is dropped.
Safe.
And down to second goes Lydia Land with a 2-run single. And now Lafayette leads it 3-0, and now the big bats are coming up. The Hornets looking to break this one open early.
And this is what they've done all year, I'm told. You know, they've established a lead early. You know, they're not used to coming from behind because they're always in the lead. In fact, Lafayette has not played a close game since they beat Sewanee in the second to last regular season game, 4-3. All their playoff games, 10-0, 17-2, 11-0, 6-1. So Union County's had a couple of closer games in their district tournament games, 9-8, lost 1-0. So
it has definitely been a dominating performance as they're still second and third, only one out for Lafayette here in the bottom of the second. They now lead at 3-0 as it's fouled off by Sydney Shows. Shows singled, scored in the first. So 2 runs already in. Shows at 349 with a home run, 28 RBIs on the year. That was her 50th run scored last inning, which leads the team. 3-0 as the pitch in for a strike. It's 0-2. Actually, that's strike 3. Shows at 0-2, takes it. So there's a big second out. But now you have to face McClelland with 2 on and 2 outs. McClelland hit one off the center field fence last inning to drive in a run.
I've had the privilege of watching this girl play for the past 3 years. So this girl, even as a sophomore, was doing the same things.
And that is a little bit low, 1-0. Second and third, 2 outs for Lafayette, who already has scored 2 runs here in the second. 1-0 the count to the left-handed hitter, who now has 64 RBIs on the season. And almost an intentional, we may have an intentional walk here. We'll see. It's 2-0. Yep, that's what we're going to have. So Ashlyn Harden will, nope, she'll go back down behind the plate. Nope, now she'll pop up.
Walk.
Yeah, we're going to have a walk. I kind of figured that. So McClelland will go to first, and this way you can set up a force at any base. And you'd rather face Lindsay Osteen anyway than Stacy McClelland. You'd probably rather face anyone than Stacy McClelland.
I don't know. Lindsay Osteen can hit too, so. I mean,
well, maybe there's no one you really want to face in Lafayette's order. Now we're looking at the bat. Maybe that's why she's got 64 RBIs.
Because Osteen's got 34 RBIs, so I mean.
Yeah, she's hitting 389 with 38 RBIs and 7 home runs. You're right. Never mind. She could hit a grand slam, and it's 7-0. Now we got a discussion here about the bat, maybe, of Stacy McClelland. This is interesting. I don't know if somebody from Union's side saw it. The other good news about the sun going down and the wind coming up, the love bugs aren't as prolific as they were earlier. Here's Derek Garland. Now, what is he having discussion here? One of the fans says they're trying to get in your head, Mayo.
Maybe there's a reason why the ball came off the bat like that. I mean, that's what,
she hit one shot to center
Union
field.
County's thinking, you know.
Well, I think at this point they're trying to figure out a way to slow Lafayette down. You mentioned their run to the postseason. To the state semis.
Give the Tigers a lot of credit. They've won 2 consecutive playoff games on the road. They beat the Villages 6-1.
And they weren't close, 6-1 in Baldwin, 8-2 after losing to Baldwin 1-0 in the district final. They lost to PK Young, Chiefland, Fort White, Hilliard, and Interlochen, and most of those teams pretty good teams this year. We're back to action now with we'll have ball 4 most likely to McClelland. Yeah, there is unintentional, intentional walk, so there it is. And
is that an intentional walk? I mean, to me that was intentional to me.
Yeah, I know. I thought they tried to go a little closer that time. 44 runs in 4 games in the district and the regionals for Lafayette. Union County, as you mentioned, had to go on the road, so impressive performance for them. Here is Osteen, hits one down the right field line, foul. That would have cleared the bases. Osteen grounded to shorter, first time up 0 for 1 today. Just missed driving in a couple runs. She now has the 3-0 lead in the circle for Lafayette. Alexis Spriggle in the circle for the Lady Tigers of Union County. The 0-1 is up high, and it's 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, and Lafayette trying to add to that 3-0 lead. Hit into right field, and a catch made, almost a snow cone on the run out there for the right fielder. Actually, who is that? I lost track. That's going to be Jordan Driggers out in right field. And that will end the bottom of the second. But 2 more runs in the inning for Lafayette on 2 hits. There were a couple of walks, no errors, and 2 runners left on base.
Marty, you and I talked about some of the most famous alumni from Lafayette. What about Union County? Obviously,
yes.
2 of the ones that come to mind were, as we talked about a little bit, Andrew Zhao, the quarterback in Union County, in the 90s when they made the run of 3 or 4 state titles in a row, went to Alabama, and then actually was the head coach in Union County for a couple of years
for football.
But recently just took another job in Alabama as a head coach.
Yeah.
And then, of course, probably the most famous ever Tiger that I can think of, at least, C.J. Spiller, played a couple years ago at Union County, and then went to Clemson, and is now
Buffalo Bills.
with the Buffalo Bills as a starting tailback.
Yeah, and also from those mid-'90s teams, big money Gerard Warren.
He
went
that's
to
right.
Florida, and later on with the Oakland Raiders.
Benny Alexander went to Florida.
Yeah. So, and currently the coach there is Ronnie Pruitt. His brother Robbie led the Union County to those 3 straight state titles in the 90s. Also won at University Christian in Jacksonville. And Ronnie Pruitt was also the head coach at Hawthorne before that. So there've been a lot of moving around, but he's now the athletic director and the head coach at Union County.
Which I saw him the other night in Baldwin too. I went to go say hi to him, but I didn't get a chance. But
so there you go. Some more history about these teams.
For small town teams, they do have
there's a lot of
people
history
that have gone on to the NBA, or NFL, and major colleges.
The first pitch is a strike to Jordan Driggers. Driggers is playing in right field, listed as a designated player. Hit back to the circle. Easy play for Osteen on to first in time. And a lot of it in football on the Union County side, Lafayette has had some good teams with Joey Pearson. They haven't quite won the state title. They've been close.
Well, they've always had to go through private schools, and that's been the downfall.
That's changed this year, and Union County's football team in 1A made it all the way to the state semis. Their basketball team made it to the state semis, the boys basketball. Here they are in softball. So 1 out. Here is Alexis Spriggle, the pitcher, who pops it foul into the screen. Spriggle hitting .286 this season.
Also, the girls' basketball team has been a staple at the Final Four the last couple of years. They didn't make it this year because they got upset in the first round, but pretty good sports program over the Lafayette.
0-1 to Spriggle is a little bit low, 1-1.
And if I remember correctly, didn't Union County's boys' basketball team go pretty far?
That's what said state semis.
Okay,
lost to Hawthorne.
Okay.
Hawthorne then lost in the state championship to Chipley. Foul it back to the screen, 1-2.
And how did the football team, how did they do?
Union County, state semis. Lost
state
to
semis.
Jefferson County, who then won the state title over Chipley.
Chipley, that's right.
A lot of the same schools. Chipley almost won boys basketball and football. He lost in the final football, won the boys basketball title in 1A. 1-2. In for strike 3 on the outside corner. Good pitch there by Lindsay Osteen. It's her second strikeout, 2 outs now here in the bottom or top of the third. Here's Mariah Bowen, who grounded out to short her first time up 0 for 1 as Osteen rolling so far has allowed only a walk to Ashlyn Harden to lead off the second. She stranded the runner at third there. And she has 2 strikeouts and a 3-0 lead. The first pitch a strike to Bowen, 0-1. Still got some light rain falling. And that's about it right now.
Yeah, so far it's just sprinkling, but...
And that is lined softly back to the circle. Osteen makes the catch. And quickly, Union County goes 1-2-3 in the top of the third. So we go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Lafayette leading Union County. This is a 1A state semifinal softball game here on the FHSAA radio network. So earlier today, we got a chance to see Jay beat Port St. Joe, but that game was about like teams combined for 8 errors.
Well, we've seen 2 really good games so far.
That's true. Jay and Port St. Joe were 5-5 until the bottom of the 6th. Jay scored 2 runs as Port St. Joe dropped the pop fly.
Former, sorry to cut you off, but former Palaca great pitcher here, Katie Broski, is now a coach at St. John's River Community College. Katie Broski was one of the better players that have come out of Palaca. She was a dominant pitcher and led the Palaca Panthers to the Final Four her senior year. She's now the head coach of St. John's River Community College, and I just saw her pass by. So,
I was going to say Jay was the winner though, and that game was 5-all until the bottom of the 6th inning. And then a drop pop fly by Port St. Joe allowed Jay to win the game.
Not only that, but an infield fly.
Yeah, it was an infield fly. The batter was out.
Yeah, and the batter ran all the way to third before they called him out.
But the 2 runs scored, and that gave Jay the win. And then in our last game, Bellevue and Ponte Vedra was 4-all to the top of the 7th. Bellevue gets 2 runs as the Ponte Vedra second baseman misplays a ball with 2 outs to the top of the 7th. Those 2 teams combined for 9 errors. It's Bellevue wins at 6-4, so Bellevue will play in the 5A championship tomorrow at 7:05 against the winner of our late game between Auburndale and Plantation American Heritage. And in 1A tomorrow, Jay will play the winner of this game at 4 o'clock. Foul back to the screen by Kaylee Sharp, and it's 1-1. Sharp grounded out 1-3 her first time up.
It's kind of ironic, Marty, because you and I are involved in some rankings of some teams from like Jacksonville all the way to basically like Hernando County.
As that's lined into center field for a base hit for Kaylee Sharp. It gets by the center fielder all the way near the warning track. It's thrown back in, so Sharp will get a single and reach second on the error as the center fielder out there, Randa Connor, overran the ball. So Lafayette, for the 2nd inning in a row, gets a leadoff runner to second base.
So we were talking about these rankings, and you and I were kind of like, we didn't really know much about Bellevue, and so they were getting some like honorable mention kind of votes, and sure enough in the playoffs, I think you mentioned this to me, they beat number 1, number 2, and number 3.
As the bunt missed by Kaylee Law. Law doubled and scored in the 2nd, and we do a website, Mike Rideout, who'll be here later in the week, and I and you as well, the PrepZoneOnline.com in North Central Northeast Florida ranks the top 20 teams in a lot of sports, and in softball we had Creekside number 1, North Marion number 2, and Bellevue, as it's hit in the center field. Coming in, Connor will make the catch, almost overran that one, but makes the play, nowhere for Law to go 1 out. But we ranked the top 20 teams, and going into the regionals, we had Creekside 1 out of St. John's, North Marion 2 out of Citra, Ponte Vedra 3. Bellevue was 20th. Bellevue beat Creekside, number 1 in the regional quarters, North Marion, number 2 in the regional semis, and then today knocked off number 3 Ponte Vedra in the state semifinals. So obviously we missed out on Bellevue.
Yeah.
They'll play for the 5A state title tomorrow night at 7:05. First pitch, a ball to Ellen Lashley, who sacrificed in the 2nd. 3-0 the score. Lafayette leading in this 1A semifinal in the bottom of the 3rd. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Skies are darkening still.
And even before this game started, they were talking about, this game may not get underway. The 7 o'clock game may not be played at all.
Right now, as it's fouled back to the screen, 1-2, we're
they may be accurate
good
about
luck.
The 7 o'clock game.
Well, if it rains like this, we'll play. 1-2 the count. As you see the skies, that's looking off towards the west a bit. Grounded to short. Good throw across. The runner will go to third. The throw, they're going to have her. Kaylee Sharp decided to take off after the throw over to first base. It ends up being a double play. That's the old-fashioned 6-3-5 double play, which ends the inning for Lafayette. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. As we head to the 4th, Lafayette leads Union County 3-0 in our 1A semifinal here on the FHSAA network. Rain is continuing to fall. All right, we go to the top of the fourth. Marty Paulman along with Corey Davis as we see Union County 2, 3, and 4. Harley Rhymes, the shortstop, will lead it off, and the first pitch is a ball 1-0. Rhymes popped to left his first time up. Line drive into left field, going to get in for a hit, and it gets all the way to the fence. Rhymes is going to have at least 2. She will hold up there as the ball gets all the way to the fence past the glove of the left fielder Ellen Lashley, and Union County has its first hit of the game, a leadoff double here in the fourth.
Good solid hit there for the Tigers. I'm surprised they didn't try to stretch her out to a triple though.
That was a good play of Lashley to get it in that quickly, but a leadoff double for the Tigers of Union County, who trail it 3-0. Here is Jordan Spitz, the first baseman. And she will take the first pitch for a ball 1-0. Spitz coming in at .528 with 26 RBIs. They have 3 hitters hitting over 500. Harley Rhymes .522 coming in. And that's on the outside corner for a strike 1-1. But that's the first hit they've had off Lindsay Osteen. There you see Lindsay in the circle for Lafayette. The 1-1. And misses outside, and it's 2-1. Osteen, a junior. Sarah McClellan, also a pitcher for Lafayette, outside, ball 3. We may see her tomorrow if Lafayette wins, or maybe they'll go with Osteen in the final against Jay. 3-1.
Possibly. And
Corey?
She's their number 2 guy. Well, she's the number 2 pitcher, or 1-2.
3-1. Swing and a miss. And it's full 3-2. Good pitch again by Osteen.
Might see a combination tomorrow if they win too.
Johnny Holstaff. Full count 3-2. 3-0 the score. Lafayette with a run in the first 2 in the second. There's ball 4. So the Tigers of Union County get the first 2 on in the top of the fourth. First and second, nobody out for Ashlyn Harden, who walked, had a stolen base, was left stranded at third in the second inning. Good chance for Union County to get back in this game. Hit high in the air now down the left field line. That'll drop. They're going to have a play at third, though. Is it in time? No. Safe.
Oh.
Lashley came in. It fell in between Lashley and the shortstop Shows. And it was a good throw in. The third baseman covering, but the call is safe. As Sharp covered third. But
and they're going to argue the call on third.
Rhymes was able to beat the throw to third. The bases are loaded with nobody out. 2 hits in the inning for Union County. That one just dropped in between. Short argument for Derek Garland. And he will head back to the dugout. So all of a sudden the Tigers, who have been very quiet in this game, have loaded the bases with nobody out. With the go-ahead run at the plate, it's Randa Connor. There's a ground ball, hits off the pitcher, goes into left field. 1 run will score. The second run coming to the plate, she will score. The third is not in time. 2 runs are in, and the runners are at second and third with nobody out. That'll be a hit for Connor. It went right off of Osteen. Just past Sydney Shows into left field, just trickled in, and 2 runs scored. It's 3-2. Here come the Tigers. And now a meeting in the circle. Derek Garland will talk it over with his team. Lafayette really had seemed in control of this game, but all of a sudden, Union County with a double, a single, a walk, a single, and another single. And the runners move up on the throw home. It's 3-2.
Well, I mean, as I told you before, this team can hit. I mean, I saw them play the other day. Like I said, they have 5 girls that are over 15 RBIs. And what, 3 of the 4 people on base all have singles or doubles, so they can definitely hit the ball.
So still nobody out, second and third for Union County. And here is Kendall Johns, the third baseman. Johns will lay down a bunt. And it gets past McClellan. The run's going to score. Everybody's safe. And now going to second, there's nobody there. Johns will go to second base.
Wow.
Well, Lafayette breaking down a bit here in the top of the fourth. That will be an infield hit, an RBI for Johns on the bunt. Second and third, still nobody out, and 3 runs in for Union County as Hardin scores to tie it up. How about that? Connor to third, Johns to second. Here's Morgan Duke. She struck out looking in the second. And that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. 3 runs are in. 4 hits in the inning for the Tigers. Still nobody out. And you mentioned the strength of Union County is their offense. They've got right back into this game. 0-1 to Dukes is inside corner this time for a strike, 0-2.
Still nobody out either.
There's nobody out.
That's the impressive thing is they've done all this with no outs.
There's Osteen, who was rolling to this inning, hadn't allowed a hit as home plate umpire takes a timeout. There's Union County radio down by the dugout here doing the game. Corey Stevens, that pitch misses outside, 1-2. Who might be bringing you tonight's game. Maybe, we'll see. Here for Lake Butler Radio, 1-2 the count. And hit to second. This is going to score the run and give the Tigers the lead. Law throws to first in time. It's an RBI for Dukes. And Union County leads it 4-3. 4 runs in the inning. It's still only 1 out as moving to third is Kendall and Johns.
Oh, wait, I just saw lightning.
Don't say that.
We might have a lightning delay pretty soon.
How close?
It was pretty close, like right over the hills right there.
Oh, that's not really that close, believe it or not.
No, center field where all them houses are.
Well, first pitch is a ball to Jordan Driggers, 1-0. So where we are up here at the top of the hill, you can see for miles around, so it may not have been that close. It's bunted by Driggers, foul, and it's 1-1. 4 runs in the inning. Didn't hear any thunder, though, so that's good news. Lafayette had a run in the first, 2 in the second. Union County with 4 here in the top of the fourth to take a 4-3 lead. 1-1. It's bunted back to the circle. Runner can't go anywhere. Osteen will throw on. The runner is coming now. Throw the plate. They got her.
Double play.
Good block by Lydia Land at the plate. 1-4-2 on the double play as Driggers tried to bunt the runner home. Kendall and Johns left as the throw went to first, trying to get the run home and could not. But that is a good inning for the Tigers, even though they can't get that 5th run home.
They're going to try to go to the first base umpire and see what they say.
For what?
To argue the call, I guess, was he...
was she safe? 4 runs in the inning on 4 hits for Union County. There was no errors committed and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth in our 1A state semifinal. Union County now leading to Lafayette 4-3. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Tigers. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Lafayette Hornets. Marty Palman along with Corey Davis here from the National Training Center in Clearmont. Well, Corey, what do you think of this facility?
This is what, the 3rd time I guess it's been here in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely unique because of all the valleys and hills in this area. You got one really solid, nice field that we're playing on, and this is the most used field. I talked to the Lake Sumter coach earlier today, in between games, and she said this is also the home field they use. So they play several games on this field. Is also travel ball plays a lot of tournaments here, so this field is used quite frequently, even though there are 4 or 5 fields here in this facility.
There are 5, yes.
5.
Well, we have a new pitcher for the Tigers. Holly Tucker's going to come in here in the bottom of the fourth.
This is the girl that I saw against Baldwin in the last couple innings.
She will come in to replace Spriggle now with a 4-3 lead. 3 innings for Spriggle. She allowed 5 hits and 3 runs. And the runs were all earned. She leaves the game with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, also hit a batter. I'll give you the numbers on Tucker in just a minute.
She's going to try to slow down them, slow down the Hornets offense by a little more off-speed kind of stuff.
Ashley Freeman, who walked and scored in the second, leads off, takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Infield in at first and third, and that pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Tucker, 4-4 in the year, 9 saves. Her 16th appearance, she's had 8 starts, 55 2/3 innings pitched, 59 hits allowed, 19 earned runs, 31 walks, 33 strikeouts, and a 2.39 ERA. Hit to second. Boy, close play over there. They get Freeman. Nice play over there by Mariah Bowen. And she made a quick throw to first to get Freeman 1 out, and now I saw lightning. And it is off to our northwest a little bit. She where? Okay. Everything's coming from the west-northwest. That's kind of what I figured as well. So 1 out, and here is Lacey Swafford, who was hit by a pitch. She is no at bat earlier officially today. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
Got a couple corrections to make here. I think thanks to Cliff Olson or something.
No thanks. No.
Natalie Lane was 5-time Gainesville Son of the Year in basketball.
Well, did I? Oh, you must have said that. Did you say 4 times?
No, I said 2. I thought
5 times. How can you?
5 times.
She played as an 8th grader. All right, I'm gonna wonder if Cliff knows.
Well,
What
I
he's
think she
talking
played
about.
7th through 12th.
One of us is inside, and it's now 2-0. As you can see, Holly Tucker wearing a face mask.
Yeah,
like
and
a
so
catcher out there.
So does the sometimes shortstop or second baseman also.
3-1
The other
the
night
count.
wore a face mask too.
3-1 the count. Now the rain's starting to come out a little harder. 3-1. That is in for a strike, full 3-2 now. I think we've definitely held this off for a while. We'll see how much longer we can hold it off. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Full count pitch coming from Tucker, and that is inside for ball 4. So there's a walk for Swafford. She was hit by a pitch earlier, so she's reached base twice, and still no official at bat. So with 1 out, a runner at first, here's Lydia Land, who has struck out and singled in 2 runs, and now I wish we had left this umbrella up.
Yeah, because now it's starting. That rain starting to come on.
Yeah, oh well. Again, it could be worse. It could be sun, I guess. There's a strike, 0-1 to Land, 1 for 2. Hit foul down the third baseline, out of play, so it's 0-2. And now folks are leaving. Those are the J. I think it's the J team that's leaving, actually.
Yeah, that's the J team. Yeah.
Outside, it's 1-2.
Let's put that umbrella up now. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah. Starting to get a little cold. Ball outside there makes
It's
it
2-2. Go ahead and do some play-by-play.
Okay. 2 balls and 2 count. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count here. 1 out.
Oops, there went soda.
In the top
boy.
or the bottom of the 4th. Ball outside makes it 3-2 now for Lafayette.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Hit up the middle, off the glove of Tucker.
Safe, first and second.
Oop. So first and second. Hello. As the ball hits off of Tucker. Well, oh, that one is stuck there. We're doing a little bit of cleaning here. There we go. That gets away from the catcher, and Tucker ends up coming up with it, but it is going to be a wild pitch, so the runners move up to second and third with 2 outs. One out, second and third. Bunted foul out of play, and it's 1-1. We're just going to keep on playing here until, yep, the umpires call it. That's right.
Which will probably be after this inning, possibly, because it's starting to rain a little harder now. And,
well, it's 1-1 now. It's all right. It's stuck up there on the net, first of all.
She drops it. Oh, well, that's a run score.
There's a run scored as the ball dropped over at first. So an error, and we'll be tied up 4-all.
And now the bottom falls out, and it's just raining harder and harder.
Yeah, I think we're having a meeting in the circle, and I have a feeling we're going to be out of this for a little while here.
It was broken, yeah, but it was only one thing that was broken on it, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, what are we doing here? Everyone's leaving, and the umpires have not called this game. Good luck telling the fans to not put the umbrellas up right now. Good luck telling the fans to not put the umbrellas in. Oh, I remember. No, I was talking about them. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. We're first and third, one out, and it's 4-all. It was up. Well, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Wasn't it up before?
Yeah, it was up. We took it down. All right, so one out. And this is McClelland. And that gets away. The runner will move to second. It's a ball 1-0.
We may have to get a little closer, Marty.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll move over here.
I'm starting to freeze a little bit.
All right, move on over. That's 1-0 the count. As Shows goes to second there. Count 2-0 now to Stacey McClellan, who's doubled and walked. Thank you, sir. There we go.
Oh, thank you so much. So much better.
Thank you.
That'll work.
Okay.
We're back.
So now we are about as dry as we could possibly be here, as that pitch well short, as Tucker will fall behind 3-0. It is, yeah, it's raining harder, but it could still be worse, to be honest. It's a steady rain, but at this point it's going to become an issue of the, thank you, of the wet of the ball, and that'll do. Thank you, I got it. Of the ball and how wet they can stay in that for a while. Three and 0 the count. So second and third with one out.
Yeah, need to move all this somewhat in.
All right, 3-0 the count to McClellan. We'll see if they walk her again. And foul back to the screen. So they went after her. It's 3-1. Looks like we've saved
Something's got rained on
the monitor and everything, but it is definitely wet. We're working on that. So it's 3-1. One out. And the 3-1, and that hit her. Either way, it's ball 4. So bases loaded with one out as we play on through the rain. And that'll bring up Lindsay Osteen, the pitcher. Bases loaded, one out. Tucker's pitch is in the dirt, and Tucker is having some issues, and obviously
some of that's weather related.
A lot of it probably is weather related.
Well, but some of this started though before the weather though.
That's true. 1-0 with the bases loaded. Hit softly to short. That's going to score the run. The throw is in time. Osteen will drive in a run, but Lafayette retakes the lead 5-4.
And the other runners advanced up a base, so we have runners on second, third now with 2 outs.
So 2 outs as Lydia Land will score, and Lafayette will retake the lead 5-4. So 2 outs. And here is Kaylee Sharp, who has grounded out and singled. One for 2 today. Lafayette with a run in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 here in the fourth. Union County got all 4 of their runs here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 the count. There we go. And a swing and a miss. Good job there by Tucker as Sharp swings through it. It's 1-1. There you see Holly Tucker, who entered here in this inning for Lafayette. And pitch is low, 2-1. What are we doing here? Playing umpire.
Asking for a dry ball, I think.
Good luck. And now it's not dry anymore because the unplayed umpire missed it.
I think every pitch now they're asking for a dry ball.
At some point you got to be like, okay, this is a state semifinal game. Do we really want to play in this mess? I don't know. Our umpire seems to think we should continue. I know. Well, again, it could be raining harder here, I guess. But that field is going to get wet. Lafayette now leading at 5-4 here in the bottom of the fourth. Take a little bit off that one, but it misses for another ball. Crown scoreboard says 1-2. I don't think that's right, but we'll see. 2 outs. Runners still at second and third. And that is called strike 3. It was 1-2. All right, well, there you go. But Lafayette picks up 2 runs in the inning. No hits, actually. There was an error and 3 walks. And in the end, there were 2 runners left on base. We go to the 5th. Lafayette 5, Union County 4. And you are watching the 2012 FHSAA softball finals from Clearmont here on the FHSAA network. Winner of this game will play Jay tomorrow at 4:05 for the 1A title. Right?
All of a sudden, because of the temperature change and the rain, and
I didn't think we'd be.
Marty and I are both wearing shorts.
I didn't think we'd be. Yeah,
oh, it's going to be 100 degrees, and all of a sudden.
Exactly. That was what the thought process was.
Because the temperature changed in the rain, I'm like freezing now.
It got chilly quickly with the wind. Yeah, and we are definitely out here. Thanks to our crew here, we are keeping this stuff dry as we can. But it is 5-4 Lafayette as we go to the top of the 5th. Lafayette picked up 2 runs in that inning without a hit. They have 5 hits today to the Hornets. The scoreboard says 2 for Union County. I got 4 hits for the Tigers, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. But 2 errors for Union, 1 for Lafayette as we go to the top of the 5th. Scheduled at 7 o'clock tonight. We will have the 5A semifinal between Auburndale and Plantation American Heritage.
I got a couple texts, Marty, from some coaches at Lafayette. Jamie Fike is the boys' baseball coach, and they were the district's runner-up.
Yeah, they'll be at Trenton tomorrow night.
And he is listening to the broadcast, and he says, wish the girls good luck. The boys are getting ready for their semifinal matchup tomorrow night against a very solid Trenton team.
Very good team.
Which could very well much be in the Final Four for baseball.
Bunted foul as this is Spriggle leading off the top of the 5th. She was the pitcher, now in that designated player position. So 0-1 the count against Lindsay Osteen. Bunted, it's fair in front of the plate, and Land will make the throw to first in time, and Spriggle is out number 1. Tried to bunt to get on base, but she's out. 2-3, first out.
And the other text I was getting, the correction updates on Natalie Lamb, was from Coach Blankenship, the girls basketball coach, not Cliff Olson.
Well,
and he's the one that told me that Land was a 5-time Gainesville Sun Player of the Year.
Okay.
So we have 2 Lafayette coaches listening to the broadcast.
I definitely tend to believe Coach Blankenship.
Yes.
He would know. First pitch, so would Cliff. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Now to the top of the order, Mariah Bowen. One popped up into center field. There's a drive, but now moving in and making the play.
Nice catch there.
That was through the rain and the wind there. The center fielder,
Ashley Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman makes the play for the second out.
We talked about Cartasia Macklin. That's who's been taking over for Macklin. And this girl's only an 8th grader. She's been on varsity for the last 3 years now.
Two outs. So why I even bother sometimes bringing stuff to keep this dry. The scorecard is now fading away. 2 outs. Here's Harley Rhymes, who's doubled and flown to left. 1 for 2. Also scored a run.
I think that was a strike there, so we have a count of 1-1.
1-1 to Rhymes, the shortstop for Union County. We're in the top of the 5th. Union County trails at 5-4 as it is hit foul. Now 1-2 to Rhymes.
Sometimes our view is obstructed because of the umbrellas in front of us here.
Thank goodness we have a monitor. Which is about as dry as we can get it right now.
Yeah.
1-2, 2 outs, nobody on for the Tigers.
Oh, hitter.
And that, well,
no, they're not gonna say no.
Yeah,
oh,
they are. Okay, Rhymes will take first. Yes.
She acted like she didn't want to go.
Yeah, she did. It was kind of odd. So Rhymes will go to first. Coach Garland again. First did not agree with that. We'll head back to the dugout. So Harley Rhymes goes to first base with 2 outs. Jordan Spitz is grounded out to the pitcher and walked and scored. She's 0 for 1. So the runner goes to first base with 2 outs. And the pitch on the way. That's hit high and foul off to our left. And it's 0-1.
Did you happen to bring a jacket with you to Clearmont?
Nope. Oh, yeah. I do have jackets in the car. It's just left over from the winter. I didn't expect to need them.
I didn't expect to bring one either, but I think I may have one in the car. But that's 8 miles down the road, so does me no good.
I'm going there now. It's 0-1. And the rain is steadily falling here. It really has never gotten much heavier, but we are playing through it as the wind picks up now. Much to Corey's dismay.
Well, I'm also
Pitch outside,
sunburned, so
1-1.
it's
Oh.
the sunburn plus the weather is kind of making me have chill bumps too.
1-1 the count with 2 outs and the runner at first.
Two on the count now.
2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And it gets away from Land down to second. Standing up goes Rhymes. And she will be there with 2 outs. So it's 3-1 now. Osteen trying to get out of the inning. She looks in, and the pitch. That's in for a strike. Full count, 3-2. Ashlyn Harden on deck for Union County. With a single and a walk today. Not sure where Union County radio went, but they've cleared out. Hey, no shutter. You can see that rain is blowing in a little bit more. Here's ball 4. So Osteen walks Spitz. The second time today she's walked her. 3rd walk of the game for Lindsay Osteen. So first and second with 2 outs. And here is Ashlyn Harden, the catcher. Harden has singled and walked and scored a run back in the 4th inning when they scored 4 runs. First pitch. I don't know what it was. Didn't see the call. There's an umbrella down there.
I believe.
Ball, so it's 1-0.
Good stop there by Land.
1-0 the count. Must be following the monitor from now on. 1-0, that is a little bit low. Nope, called strike. 1-1. That's what I get for looking at that.
We're on the guess.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the rain. As you look at the Union County dugout blowing in. 1-1 the count. Hit out the third baseman's glove, but they're going to get the force. Nice play over there at third. As stepping on the base is Kaylee Sharp for the third out here in the top of the fifth. So a fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. The Tigers, no runs in the inning, no hits, a hit batter, a walk, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Lafayette 5, Union County 4, and this.
And they're going to lightning delay it.
Yeah, we just had lightning, and that's probably for the best because it's pretty miserable out here. So we are going to take a break here in the bottom of the fifth. A lightning delay. We just had lightning nearby. Lafayette leads Union County 5-4 in this 1A softball semifinal. Marty Palm along with Corey Davis here from Clearmont. We will talk to you again here in just a little while. We'll let you know when we return from our lightning and rain delay.
I was told at least every lightning strike, the last lightning strike is
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
So we at least have a 30-minute delay. But we do have a rain, heavy rain, and now lightning in the area. And there we go.
We just lost power.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we'll return here, and hopefully we'll let you know in about 30 minutes or so when we are going back on the air.